guys, and welcome back to my channel. But if you are new here, subscribe. I would love to have you. We focus on dry skin and foundation. Ooh, such a good combination. And today we are doing a spring foundation routine. I use just like the most lightweight products. Yes, I took this look very glam. I don't even know how it happened. This was just supposed to be a very like light spring look. But I'm telling you, the base just can't be beat. Oh, it's so good for spring. Super hydrating. I have super dry skin and I am able to create such a dewy, glowy look that can be taken from glam. It can be taken to very lightweight skin like, I don't know, a finish. It's beautiful. So if you're interested to see exactly how I got this look, please go ahead and keep on watching. It's currently snowing outside, so it's just hilarious that I'm making this video. But believe it or not, wherever you live, it's, you know, you've had spring break, it's getting warmer, and so now we need to kind of switch up our makeup routine and make it really spring warmer weather based. And so when I do that, of course, dry skin here, I start with the most hydrating primer, and that for me is a Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Oil. I do feel like primer oils, they really soak into the skin so nicely and really help dry patches, fine lines, things like that. So that's why I always gravitate toward an oil, as well as oils sit under other primers and makeup so seamlessly. It's not going to slide around on the skin. Can you tell I'm obsessed with oils? Just obsessed. Next, we are going to go in with an SPF. And my ultimate favorite is this Supergoop SPF Unseen Sunscreen SPF 40. Make sure it's not too bright over here. And I love this because it literally goes on clear. It works so well as a primer. It's water and sweat resistant. See, it looks like that. It's just clear. Oh, and it's so silky. This is one of the best ones. I have really sensitive skin, so I can't just use any kind of SPF. I'm really picky, and this one has blown me away. I am going to make a video of my favorite SPFs that have really worked for my dry, sensitive skin. Now, for the spring and especially the summer, I like to lean toward more skin tints, really lightweight CC creams, things like that. I'm so excited because Fenty just came out with a skin tint. It just released today, and so I need to order that, get it here so I can film a wear test for you. But right now, one of my ultimate favorites has been the Milk Makeup Hint Hint Skin Tint. I know there's been a lot of comments about how expensive this is. Yes, it's expensive. It's like 40 something dollars for 0.5 ounces, but the finish of this is absolutely beautiful. The wear throughout the day is absolutely phenomenal. If you are looking for something that's more budget friendly, I highly recommend the ColourPop Tinted Moisturizer. That's also one of my favorites. That one doesn't have an SPF in it. This one does though. This one has SPF 30, so I thought that was really cool. And so I really like to just take this, and it has like, you know, that little roller ball technology, and I like to use this with a brush because skin tints tend to be soaked up really easily in sponges, and brushes just really make the most of your product when you're going in with something really lightweight. This is IT Cosmetics Airbrush Buffing Foundation Brush. IT Cosmetics has some of the best foundation brushes that you can buy. They are a little bit more pricey. They do have sales quite often, so be sure to follow me. I have an email list with makeup updates, and you can also follow me on Like to Know It, where I will post when certain things go on sale. Isn't that just beautiful? It literally leaves like the most beautiful glow. Silicone free. It's made with some amazing ingredients. And that's why I really like it a lot. Another foundation I have been absolutely obsessed with is the LYS foundation. All right, so this is what the Milk Makeup Skin Tint looks like. So lightweight, so natural, so beautiful. You can still see, you know, imperfections. Like my skin still looks like skin, which I absolutely love, but it has that little dewy luminous effect to really give us that hydrated look. I like to use cream products, so I'm going in with my tried and true. I have two recommendations. This is the Fenty Beauty Cream bronzer. And my shade is in the shade Teddy. I went a little darker because when you sheer these out, they really do just sheer out. So I recommend maybe going like a shade darker, stick with like your undertone though. And then I have a, where did it go? The Huda Beauty Contour. And this is a contour and bronzer, and this is in the shade Light. These go on super dark. I personally like the formula and my color with Fenty Beauty better. I still use this one and I will continue to use it up. This one's a little bit more creamy and this is a little bit more warmer toned, which makes it a little bit more difficult when I'm blending things out. I also use a brush for this. That's what I highly recommend to use. And I just go in with the same brush that I used for my foundation. I also like to use this before concealer because with concealer we can really kind of clean things up in case we blend a little too high or too low. See how beautiful that is? Ooh. And I like to bring this up to my temples, anywhere where you would apply your bronzer, you know? And this is going to create that extra depth and dimension. And I do go in with powder bronzer as well. Close-up look. This is with this side not done and this side done. You see how that really just like kind of like chisels your face, really creates that definition and shadowing where we want it. I'm gonna go ahead and do that on this side as well. Okay, so it might look a little crazy on camera, but everything always ends up really muting itself and shearing out. Now we're gonna go in with a concealer. The one I've been really gravitating toward lately is this Rare Beauty concealer, and I'm in the shade 210N. It's a neutral light shade. And I just like to take a little bit of this. You see how I'm gonna create some cleanup here? I go in with my same brush that I've been using, and a little bit of this does go a long way, but I really like to try to chisel things out because I do go a little crazy with that contour. And this is going to really brighten. And concealer is kind of like an eraser. You can tone down anything. Went over with your contour, not a big deal. It works out so well. This is where I can usually get my nose slight contour to look a little bit more put together. And that is with my entire base on. I do really like that concealer because it blends out really easily, but it doesn't look heavy, like at all. It doesn't crease easily either. And then when we go in with powder, it looks really nice, as well as this whole complexion recommendation. The next and last part that we're doing with this tutorial, and then I'm gonna hop off and do the rest of my makeup, is setting powder. So setting powder with dry skin, ooh, it's just so important. Like, you need to be using the right ones that aren't going to look heavy, that aren't going to take away any of the luminosity. And there are a couple that I recommend personally for my underneath my eyes. I like to use this Kosas Feathery Cloud Set. It's awesome. It's phenomenal. Talc free, which is great. And I'm in the shade, I think this is just their Light or something. I'll have everything linked down below. And I just take that and it just blurs. It blurs and sets, but it does mattify. And so if you go over your whole face with this, it is going to create a more matte effect. Can you tell the difference here? Set, not set. But one of my ultimate favorites and tried and true, and something that I recommend to almost everyone, but especially those of us with dry skin that want to create that luminosity, is the Hourglass Ambient Luminous Light Powder. So this is in the shade Luminous Light, and it's just the most beautiful setting powder. This is great because it has these little particles that really create that three-dimensional look while setting your makeup, but not making it look too powdery or heavy. And I always take a big fluffy brush, boop, 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 and I just lightly set where I want to set. Because this doesn't fully set down because it is a tint. It's definitely more dewy. And if you want to go in with any kind of, I just find that my makeup lasts longer if I set it with a powder and then bring it back to life with like my cream blush and my setting spray, things like that. That is my base, and now it's ready for all the other products. I'm going to hop off camera, do the rest of my makeup, and then we'll just wrap this up. This was supposed to be a really like light spring look, and it how do I go full glam so fast? I don't know. I'm going to have to do like a bronzy tutorial though, and really try to channel that inner bronze. And then unfortunately this light went out. I didn't charge the lights last night. So that's why if the background looks a little dark, I do have one other light back here. Maybe I can turn this one up a little more to, anyway. So this is what this look looks like. It is just so, the skin looks so hydrated, and some of the ways I do that is I went in with a cream blush, and that was the Fenty Beauty cream blush in the shade Rosé Latte. And I just take that, you know, almost all over the place. And I just go in with a synthetic haired brush. This is the Morphe x Jaclyn Hill GH04, which is a great option for that. For highlight, I use my Wet n Wild Mega Glow highlighter. I'll have, like I said, all this linked down below. Mascara, I use my Maybelline Sky High mascara. Setting mist, Farsali Rose Gold Skin Mist, and I just spray this on a damp beauty blender and I just patted it in. I don't spray it on my face initially. I just do this, boonk, and then I do like this, and then it really just, oh, it makes your skin look like glass. It's just very hydrating. Next, I went in for my lips MAC Soar lip liner with my Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb in Fussy. This stuff is amazing. It's not sticky, makes everything just look super phenomenal. And then I did just like a little light smoky eye with my Natasha Denona Peak eyeshadow palette. I think that's it. Am I missing anything? I lightly touched up my bronzer with the Hourglass Ambient Light in Radiant Bronze Light. Absolutely beautiful. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Go ahead and give it a big like. I would absolutely appreciate that. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.